Hey guys, Clay here with Genesis 92 Outdoors. I got a real quick video for you today on tree stand safety and using your safety harness. This is just one of the cheaper harnesses actually came up with my deer stand. They're really easy to put on, really easy to use. Most of the time they come in two parts. You'll have your actual harness and you'll have a tree belt, which I'll show you later. But what you want to do is you've got two straps. You put it on just like you're putting on a backpack. I've got mine on underneath my vest right now. But you'll put it on like that. You have one that goes around your middle. And tighten it up. You've got one that loops around between your legs. You do the same thing with it. Make sure there's no twist in your harness. Now when you tighten these down, you don't want to tighten them real tight. I mean, you want them snug to where they're going to hold, but you don't want them so tight that they cut off circulation, because that would be just about as bad as falling out of the deer stand. I normally put mine on before I put on my vest. It's just the way I do it. And then pull this through the vest and just hang it over my shoulder. And then we'll go up in the tree and I'll actually show you how I put it on, or attach it to the tree. First thing you want to do is take your tree belt and you'll loop it around behind your tree. Get it up pretty high. Then you'll take your actual tie off on your harness, stick it through the loop in your tree belt. Feed the tree belt in the adjuster and then tighten it up. And make sure you keep this thing good and high, because the higher it is, the less you can actually move, so the less you'll actually fall. Pine tree is generally not the best tree to be in, but it happened to be the one that worked best for my spot. And once you're good and tight, check it and make sure it's going to hold. And you want it high enough to where when you sit down, there's not a lot of slack. The reason you don't want a lot of slack is if you happen to fall out, you don't fall far. You may fall just down below your seat, but you can still get to your platform and you can still pull yourself back up and get back up in the tree. I've never heard anybody use this analogy, but God a lot of times is like a safety harness. Just because I serve God does not mean I'm not going to fall. It does not mean that I'm not going to fall on hard times. Things aren't going to happen. But what it means is I have a safety net. I have something there to help pick me back up and pull me back up. Psalms 91:11 through 12 says, "For he shall give his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone." Kind of the same principle behind a safety harness. This doesn't guarantee that I'm not going to fall out of my tree stand. It just means that I'm going to have a way to get back up into it, and I'm not going to fall on the ground and hurt myself. God works that way too. You may be going through a hard time. Things may not be going your way. You may just have a lot of things going on, and And that happens. It happens to everybody. Bad things don't just happen to good people. Bad things happen to all people. But remember, if you are tied into the Father, you have something there to help pick you up and pull you back up. Does it mean you're not going to fall? Does it mean you're not going to fall in hard times? Does it mean you're not going to lose your job? Does it mean you're not going to just have a really bad day at work and everybody's just a jerk? No, it doesn't. But just remember, you're tied in to the Father. Just like when I'm up in my tree, I'm tied into the tree. It doesn't mean I'm not going to fall. It doesn't mean I'm not going to have a hard time of it. It doesn't mean it's not going to be uncomfortable at times. But what it means is I've got something backing me, something that if all else fails, I will not fall completely. It may be a hard time, maybe a bad day, but God's always there, and He will always pick you back up as long as you're serving Him. I just want to thank y'all for all that y'all do for me and my family. I pray that God blesses you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to be doing more. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think. I love you guys. Thank you. God bless.